Hey everybody and welcome to Palace Chat. I am your host Gina Parker. I am here with my co-host Ashley Jones.
Hi.
All right. All right. So you told me that you're watching a new show this week, but you were saving it for our podcast. So let's hear it.
I am watching How to Die Alone. It's really good. I just finished it yesterday. It's super good. It's a really good cast. The main character is this African American woman who works at an airport who is afraid to fly, and she has a near-death experience which makes her change her life, make some interesting, funny choices in very funny ways, including some like really silly dream sequences and stuff that like only she can see, or you're not sure if other people can see it and hear it. And like there's little like mini musical interludes and dance numbers, but then everyone just goes back to normal, and you're like, was that a dream? I don't know. And it's very funny, witty, lighthearted. I like it. It's how I like my entertainment.
Yeah, I also started watching that one and it hit maybe a little close to home for me because I feel like that's how this podcast got started, in a way. And Somebody Somewhere, which is a show I keep plugging because it's so good, even though it's the final season. You know, that show is about these quiet moments in like life and your inner growth. And there's this point where the main character of that show this season was going to adopt a dog, and the dog got adopted before she got there, and she was like, "Oh, it was probably for the best, right? Like I shouldn't be the one doing this." And she was like crying and it seemed like she was mad at herself for hoping for something good to happen, which is a headspace I've been in. And then this year, 2024, I'm like, I'm gonna try to enjoy my life more and turn things around and making conscious choices towards that. And it hasn't really worked out. But, you know, um, I appreciate seeing those kind of stories on my screen.
I do too. And honestly, like the very much theme that winds its way through that show is just like, you've only got one life. And so I've been very like trying to think about little ways, without derailing my very busy existence, trying to figure out little ways to enjoy it more and like make conscious attempts to not doom scroll for hours and like experience what's right in front of me and trying to be more present. So it was a gentle, non-judgmental like reminder in a funny, lighthearted way. So I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Not to go too far behind the curtain, but when I originally came up with this podcast with Sadie Teal, you were not part of the original game plan, and you stepped up and were amazing. And I hope it's brought you some joy as well.
I desperately try to find these times for us to be able to record because it's such a, I don't know, boost in my arm of morale and gets me going to like go back to the craziness of life. So this is my little like respite. It's nice.
I'm so glad. And I'm so glad to be on the journey with you in particular.
Yay.
Anyway, let's get into these soaps. So we'll start with old Tad.
Oh, Tad.
So this goes back to the time so it's August 11 that week and a little bit of August 18th that week. And so it's a bunch of episodes kind of in a row. So we're going back to kind of before where we were listening when Jenny was still in the hospital,
Mm.
dying. So Tad and Hillary said I love you to each other for the first time, and they meant it. And they're very in love, Tad and Hillary. But Dottie decides to come clean with Tad, and I think after his sister passes to say, I'm pregnant with your child. And he's like, get an abortion, here's the money. And she's like, no, I don't want to. And I'm going to tell Hillary that you got me
Ah,
pregnant.
dang. See, I knew his evil ways would come back to get him.
And it's interesting because, I think when, Liza was such a bully, she terrorized Jenny, she terrorized Jesse and Angie, and she just kind of made everyone's lives hell for so long that I think when Tad was sleeping with her and her mom, you could have almost been on Tad's side because she was so awful. Maybe she deserved that treatment, but
Mm.
it could be viewed that way. I'm not saying it is that way, but Dottie really was an innocent victim
Right.
of Tad. That makes it more clear what kind of guy he is. But Dottie's talking to her best friend, Midge, about this. Like, he told me to get an abortion, and I've been looking all over for Hillary so I can tell her. And her best friend's like, wait, wasn't the whole point of this like you telling him you were pregnant and everything is because you wanted to be with him? Like, how is it serving you to
Right, to ruin his relationship.
hmm and Dottie
Smart.
accepts that and tells him that she will get an abortion. So that's where we leave things.
Okay. I kind of want to just like leave these notes out and just like wonder, like my husband's gonna be like, "What is this podcast?"
Well, that's a famous Carol Burnett story. Carol Burnett, who was on the show as Verla Grubbs, she was a giant All My Children fan, and she was a celebrity at this time. She was like one of the biggest celebrities at this time, so she could afford like a VCR and she would record every episode. But then she and her family went to Italy, and so she asked her friend to like send her updates of like, hey, what's going on in the soap so she's not behind when she comes back. And they sent like, Donna's gone back to her pimp and all this stuff to the hotel. And the hotel came and they were like all checking on her, like, I'm so sorry, your friend went back to her pimp and all this stuff.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So we have Cliff, Nina, and little sister Linda. So Linda was supposed to be babysitting for Cliff and Nina, but she keeps sneaking off to see her boyfriend. Like Cliff and Nina are sick of her, and so she's trying to suck up to them now. And then Palmer wants to give Nina another job back at Cortland Electronics. And so that's what's going on for them. She's been a housewife for a
Ah,
while, and he doesn't like it.
got it. Okay, carry on.
So Erica lies that she has a business trip, but she's actually going off to Mexico to have an affair with Mike again some more. And so they're having a good time having an affair. They do a Mexican hat dance at one point, which is very funny. But Adam's like, I'm gonna surprise Erica. I'm gonna go down to Mexico. And so he does. And Erica manages to evade trouble. She keeps the guys apart through her
Wow.
through her ways. Then they get back to Pine Valley and Joanna, Adam's sister-in-law, is like, she was in Mexico with Mike. She's cheating on you. And Erica manages to talk her way out of it. And Joanna lives in the house with Adam and Erica because it's a mansion. It's not a house, it's a mansion. And so
Hmm.
Erica tells Adam, she's constantly trying to interfere in our marriage. It's her or me. One of us is leaving this house.
Ooh, Erica ultimatum.
So that's where we leave them. And then we have Greg and Jenny. And you already know that Jenny dies.
Right.
There is a moment where like she wakes up and she knows she's dying and she's like trying to prepare Greg, and but she does end up dying, and the press starts hounding Greg because she was a famous model. And
Mm.
so it's like a celebrity death
Mm.
situation
Man,
with him.
Erica's like the ultimate plot device. Like she just manages to what she gets out of the fire. She she keeps her affairs secret. She manages to villainize her husbands.
Mhm.
Villainize the sister-in-law. Like, man, she's wily.
And
She
that
is
brings me
wily.
to my next prediction question. Because remember,
Oh
I ask you
boy.
questions to see where things are going.
We'll see.
So, Erica in the future, famously, this is an iconic moment of the show,
Okay.
gets into an argument with an animal.
Oh boy.
So, your job is to guess which animal.
An argument with an animal. Now, importantly, does she like plot device her way out of this argument?
Yeah, she does.
And is that animal putting her in like life or death danger?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that narrows the field a little bit. It's not like a kitten or something. Is this going to be like I get a few more clues and I just keep guessing, see if I can come up with the animal, or is it like a one shot, one and done?
I think you can guess every week if you'd like, but
Okay.
you know,
My my gut is telling me some sort of large rainforest animal which has some crazy reason for being in Pine Valley, like a Siberian tiger or something.
all right. So Siberian tiger is your guess for this week.
That's my guess, Siberian tiger.
Yeah, this moment comes up in 1985, so you'll have a few runs at trying to guess, but Siberian tiger is a good guess.
But importantly not correct.
So then we have Jesse and Angie. So they've been all concerned with Jenny, understandably, but Murray, the loan shark, keeps calling Jesse and says, if you don't have my money, I'm taking a third of the Steam Pit Club because he is a loan shark. So
Mm,
Greg, Jenny, Jesse, and Angie are all best
and
friends
Angie, okay.
and have been best friends for the last like 3 years. And they decided to buy a business together.
Hmm.
But Greg comes from money. Jesse and
Hmm.
Angie were, recently on the run with their baby,
Hmm.
so they don't have any money. And so they all bought into this business together. Jesse used a loan shark to get the money, and now he's not making the payments because he's like running to the hospital to donate blood to Jenny.
Mm,
And he's, the loan shark is just like, hey, I'm gonna come collect the club. And Jesse is one of the characters that's described as like a street smart character who's like lived a hard life, but he's so
mm.
casual with this loan shark, like not taking him seriously. And it's like you should take him seriously.
They
So
tend to break legs, them loan sharks.
we have Phoebe and Langley, who broke up when it was revealed Langley is a con artist, and but he still loves her and she still loves him, so they're starting to like go hang out with other people and just to like have company. They're still very hung up on each other, but they're also trying to make each other jealous.
Very high school of them for
Mm-hmm.
older people.
Zach and Donna. Donna caught Zach cheating on her previously and broke up with him. And so he moved out of her place and was like, hey, but working for the Cortlands. He's actually blackmailing the Cortlands, but there that is.
Zach is blackmailing.
Because he found out Palmer is Ross's father.
Oh, right. Okay.
And that brings us to our last person, which is Ross. So Zach immediately goes to Ross and tells him the information that Palmer is his father. And Ross is like, I don't believe you. So he confronts Adam about it because Adam is his uncle who raised him. And Adam's like, okay, yes, Palmer is your father, but he doesn't want you. And I can prove it. And the thing is, Palmer has been wanting into Ross's life, but
Mm,
Adam has been keeping them apart because he thinks Palmer is a bad guy. And it's one of those things where he is kind of the villain of the story, but he thinks he's doing it for the right reasons. Like
mm.
if Palmer's a bad guy who ran out on your mom, then he doesn't get to have time with you. But Palmer really does desperately want to be in Ross's life.
Palmer's like a wealthy guy, though. Like, why doesn't he just go and like get in there? Or is Adam threatening him?
Adam's threatening him.
Got it.
So winners and losers of the week.
For winner, I gotta give it to Dottie. She made the probably unsoapiest, most mature decisions of this entire week, this entire set of episodes. Because even though she wanted to do the bad thing, she talked to her friend and decided to not do the bad thing. So she is the winner, Miss Dottie.
For my winner, I'm going Erica for getting away with all her bad behavior.
Oh, that's a good one.
Congratulations, girl.
Congratulations, Erica. Man, she is the plot device. I know I've picked Adam before as the loser, but I think he's trying to, I don't know. It's like doing the wrong thing for the right reasons or something. I don't know. That
Mhm.
makes me kind of veer away because like when people abandon children, sometimes it's like really messy to undo that.
But also, Erica's getting away with cheating on him a bunch right in front of his face
Well,
at the
there's
same
that
hotel.
too. That's crazy. I'm gonna call Zach the loser of the week
Mm,
for both cheating and blackmailing.
mm.
Although he seems to be doing just fine, except
Yeah,
he
he's
lost his
fine.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know. I judge him harshly for his actions.
I think I'm just gonna say Adam because I'm thinking about Adam right now. It's just none of it's working out for you, dude. The secret came out anyway, and Erica's cheating on you in front of you. And there you go. All right, so we have a new push goal on our Patreon. If we get 10 Patreon subscribers, which we'll put the link in the show notes, we will make a mega vault of all of the All My Children videos we're using to make the podcast. So I have
Ooh.
scattered episodes through the 70s and 80s, but just the just what we've covered and future episodes, but also a lot of the 90s, 2000s up till the last 2013. So
All you
you don't,
die-hard All My Children fans, you gotta get in on this mega vault
yeah, so if you want to rewatch the show for yourself in order,
and
um,
follow along with us.
yeah, we will create a mega vault link with all of our episodes if we get 10 subscribers. And for 20 subscribers, I'll share all of my general hospital stuff. And for 30 subscribers, I'll share all of my passions episodes on
Do I
Mega
get
Vault.
access to the fashions?
Yes.
I'm so excited about that. Okay, come on, 30. Let's go for
Yeah,
30.
let's go 30.
Let's
Uh,
go 30. Support
uh,
our show.
buy our merch, the holidays. So unlocking those mega vaults or buying our merch is a great Christmas gift for the ones you love. And like, comment, subscribe to us to help people find us, to help get us to 30. Maybe the other 30 people that listen will have money. So,
Share us with your friends. Do not gatekeep this awesomeness.
well,
Bye.
bye. Thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe, all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.